Welcome to Coaching for Creatives with Kirsten. My name is Kirsten Call. I'm a therapist-trained life coach and a children's book author. Together, we'll get the drama out of our lives and onto the page. Let's get started. You are listening to episode 90, When You're Embarrassed. When I was 12 years old, I went to a movie with my family. This was before they had assigned seats, so we always went to the movies early so we could sit together. There were 6 of us at this time. Back then, the theaters would play music as you waited for previews. So here we are at the theater, and then my parents get up right in front of the screen and start dancing to this music. Then my 3 siblings start dancing, and I am shrinking in my seat, hoping no one will know that I'm with them. I was completely mortified. I was so embarrassed I thought I would die. Now, as an adult, I wish I'd gotten up and joined my family in the dancing. My family of origin has always been really good at finding joy in the small moments. But of course, as an extremely shy teen, I didn't see it that way. So what is embarrassment? Embarrassment is an emotion that usually happens when we feel like we've made some sort of public mistake, and then we're feeling really self-conscious and uncomfortable. Nearly everyone experiences embarrassment sometimes. Whether you've made a mistake, had an awkward social moment, or said something you didn't mean, you are not alone. Embarrassment just makes you feel self-conscious, out of place, shameful, or uncomfortable. We can't fully avoid all embarrassing situations, but there are some ways to diffuse our embarrassment. Number 1, practice self-compassion. Remember, everyone has embarrassing moments. Don't judge yourself for making mistakes, and remember to be kind to yourself, like you would be kind to a friend in the same situation. Perhaps tell yourself things like, it's okay to be embarrassed right now. It's normal to feel embarrassed. I made a mistake, and that's okay too. I'm more than one single moment. Number 2, normalize the situation. It's normal to feel embarrassed when we trip in front of people or stumble over our words during a speech or make a mistake as we play a sport. I remember totally forgetting my piece during a piano recital when I was a kid and feeling so embarrassed. Now, as an adult, when I go to recitals and people forget their pieces, I feel so much compassion for them. And sometimes I tell them about my experience because it normalizes it. They're not the only one who has experienced that kind of panic and embarrassment. Number 2, take deep breaths. Try breathing in through your nose for 4 seconds, holding your breath for 4 seconds, and then breathing out for another 4 seconds. You can continue this until you feel yourself calming down when you're feeling embarrassed. Remind yourself that embarrassment is a temporary feeling. It does not last. Breathing helps you feel grounded and calm so you can navigate the situation without freaking out and causing yourself to feel more embarrassed by your reaction to your embarrassment. Number 3, make a joke about it. Sometimes the best way to overcome embarrassment is to just laugh it off. Take yourself less seriously. Realize it's not that deep. You don't have to make this situation heavy. Humor diffuses tension and lightens the mood by turning an awkward situation into something positive. When I was a senior in high school, I stood up quickly during graduation, knocking my chair over. It clanged so loudly, and everyone turned around. I felt so embarrassed. And to top it off, the class president started clapping as everyone was looking at me. At that moment, I decided to take a bow. That was my way of making fun of myself. When we can laugh at ourselves and laugh at our own mistakes, we put ourselves and others at ease. Laughter shifts the focus away from the embarrassing moment and fosters connection. Number 4, confront the situation. Have you ever noticed that telling someone you're feeling awkward diffuses the awkwardness of a situation? Acknowledging our embarrassment somehow makes it less embarrassing. When we say something like, well, that was embarrassing, somehow the embarrassment lessens. It's okay to say, I'm embarrassed, I messed up, or can we try that again? When we embrace our emotions instead of resisting them, we feel better. Number 5, don't hide. When we're embarrassed, our first inclination is to run away or hide. Hiding only increases our shame and embarrassment, and it doesn't give us any time to interact with people in a way that helps us feel less uncomfortable. If we don't try to hide our embarrassment, the embarrassment kind of just disappears. Number 5, learn from it. Every embarrassing moment is an opportunity for learning and growth. I once accidentally sent an email that was meant for my agent to my editor. I was feeling super frustrated and wrote things to my agent that I would never, ever have written to my editor. And boy, did I feel mortified when I realized what had happened. I definitely learned to not write those kinds of emails or write emails at all when I'm frustrated, and also to be really careful about who I'm actually sending my emails to. Here are some questions to ask yourself when you're embarrassed. What went wrong? What could I have done differently? What can I do to prevent this from happening again? When we are embarrassed, it's a chance to develop self-awareness, social skills, resilience. Number 6, share your embarrassing moment. Take a moment to think about your most embarrassing moment. What happened? What was funny about it? One of my most embarrassing moments happened when I brought my now husband with me to visit my grandmother who had Alzheimer's. At the time, I did not know Daniel. He was invited to dinner at my parents' house because he was the son of my parents' friends. Yes, this was almost like a prearranged marriage kind of situation. Anyway, I went to pick him up and my grandmother lived close by, so I gave Daniel the choice to wait in the car or come inside with me. He chose to come inside, and my grandmother, who never usually said anything to us, said, "Isn't it wonderful you found the person who you'll spend the rest of your life with?" I was absolutely mortified. I had brought my actual boyfriend over dozens of times, and she had never said anything like that to him. We got in the car, and I apologized profusely. "She's not lucid," I said. Anyway, that embarrassing moment was the beginning of one of my most joyous relationships. I've now been married to Daniel for 26 years. So, some of our most embarrassing moments create fodder for the most joy. Embarrassing moments happen to all of us. It's how we handle those moments that matter most. So, here's to transforming our embarrassing moments into laughter and joy. Until next time, keep smiling. If you like what you've heard, check out my Get Yourself Unstuck program. Go to KirstenCall.com. That's KirstenCall.com and schedule a free consultation today. Coaching for Creatives is produced by Kirsten Call. Music and audio engineering by James Call.